So, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about another special video or another special subject. You know, um, and it's a very fun thing to discover some of these things. Sitting in silence, sitting in your solitude. So today I want to discuss the simple secret of Jupiter and Venus, which is actually also a remedy as well. Okay. And just to let you know, I'm going to be updating my Navamsha article today on my Vedic Astrology Academy. I'm going to be adding new stuff to it. So for that, and along with all my books, reports, consultations, check out the links here. So anyway, let's start. So Jupiter and Venus, okay? As I spoke about in my last video of revelations of Venus's site, what I did in my head, I put Venus in the ascendant of a birth chart, right? So I used Venus as a human being, Shukra as a human being, where first house would be the head, right? And I said that the Venus left eye becomes blind, which means we become ignorant and we miss some of the most important things and responsibility for the 12th from Venus, while the whole focus is towards second from Venus. Now, that also got me thinking. Venus is a guru just like Jupiter. Okay, and Venus is, like I said, is a much more powerful guru, especially in terms of getting something, getting some form of a penance from Venus, where Jupiter is gonna like literally wash you dry before it gives you something. Because it's again the difference of Asura, the Dev Guru Jupiter, and the Asura Guru Venus, is that literally for Kali Yuga, okay, where we don't have that patience, we don't have that discipline, we don't have that organized mindset, behavior, and soul to be in Satyug to do our penance, where you will enjoy doing your sadhanas, you're devoting yourself to that guru for 20 years, 30 years before you get something, or 200 years. Because obviously people lived long back in Satyug. Where Venus, see, again, Asura does not mean bad. And obviously people keep mistaking Asura for Rakshasa. Okay, like for example, people keep saying, oh, don't do this. It's a bad thing. It's a sin. It's this, it's that. Oh, Kapiel, why do you smoke? Why do you eat meat? And some of these people will even give me examples of, you should, you follow Yogananda and all of this. You should read about Ramakrishna and Vivekananda. I'm like, really? So what I'm doing is a bad Asuric thing. And here's the entire, probably whole big population following Vivekananda, right? Everybody has pictures of Vivekananda. And I've had students before who sent me quotes of Vivekananda and Yogananda because they are like, listen, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be smoking cigars and eating meat and all that. I'm like, so what do you know about Vivekananda? How much do you know about Vivekananda? And people don't realize Vivekananda loved eating meat. He ate all kinds of meat, red meat, chicken, loved smoking cigars, including even loved red wine. Yogananda himself grew up in a Bengali family. There, especially fish and meat is very regular. So we think of Asura as doing something negative, but Asura is a different form of a being. See, where the knowledge comes from is the Devas. Knowledge is Devas. What Asuras do, they take that knowledge and they build something out of it. So Asura is this person who gets a PhD in engineering, gets a PhD in chemistry, and they have discovered something. Asura, the best way to put it is like an entrepreneur. They're like, oh, you have this? You know what we can do? We can make high risers out of this. We can make these cars that can be so efficient that a person go from point A to point B, in fraction of the time that you would go with the horse carriage. That's what asura is. So Venus became the god of those. Venus is like, I see the importance in you. Guru is Jupiter, the Guru, Brihaspati, is seeing the importance of the knowledge. But I am the Guru who can take this knowledge and show you how to use it. And even if you know the story, Jupiter himself sent his son to study under Shukracharya, Venus. So when I put Venus in the ascendant, at the same time I was even putting Jupiter in the ascendant. I'm like, Venus is exalted 12th from itself. That's actually a natural house of Jupiter, Pisces. So what does that become? That becomes the feet of Shukra and as well as feet of Jupiter, the sign of Pisces. So that means, this is why in India, whenever we see a senior person, we see a sadhu, we see a priest come in our home, the first thing we do is touch their feet, get the ashirvad, get the blessings. So now when you think about this, what is Venus? What is Venus in astrology? Forget about this philosophical side of gurus. Venus is the spouse. Venus is the wife. Venus is the girlfriend. Venus is a woman. So that means to get the quickest penance, blessings that can actually give you something in this life of Kali Yuga, right? Touch the feet of your spouse. Touch the feet of your wife. Because the feet of the wife, feet of the female, is the feet of Shukra. So when you touch your wife, let's say when you massage your wife's feet, that becomes the blessings coming to you. Same thing with Jupiter, right? Jupiter is naturally, we touch the feet of that Sattvic guru, that Sattvic, priest, or even the fathers or grandfather, forefathers. Okay. But here's another thing. Pisces represents fishes, water. And specifically, and you will see this if you have studied a little bit of Vastu, that if you have a fish aquarium in your home, especially in the north or northeast direction of your home, it becomes that churning of the water, the movement of the water, because north direction is movement, is the water, is the watery direction. And money flows like water. You have fishes in there. Fishes are connected with, like I said, Pisces. Fishes are also Ketu. So what do you do when you have a fish aquarium? Every day you sprinkle some, like those dry food, right? Or you'll give them some bloodworm. You'll feed the fishes in the morning. That in a way, because it's a Jiva Karka. See, there's the remedy of Jiva Karka becomes the most powerful because it's alive. When you react to it, it'll react back. So just by thinking about this, I don't know if this is how they really thought of, having fish aquariums in the home. But literally feeding those fishes is like you're touching and cleaning the feet of Shukra, feet of the Guru. Now, also one thing you have to understand, who is the best student of Shukra? We know Shukra accepted Shani when Jupiter rejected him for being an illegitimate child. But Swayambharu, Rahu, is one of the most dedicated, powerful student of Shukra. And one thing you have to understand, in Vedic astrology, Rahu represents cheating, right? Cheating, mischief. But think about it more. Why is Rahu cheating? Have you thought about why does Rahu cheat? Why is Rahu manipulating something? Because Rahu was forced. Because the asuras were promised the nectar of immortality. They were promised. They're like, let's churn this ocean and let's get this milk out and we'll have it. But the devas felt like, oh, we should just have it for ourselves. And that's where Rahu got pissed. He's like, whoa, this was promised to us. We deserve it. So Rahu used his own magic and power, became one of the devas to get that Amrit. So remember, Rahu is only doing this whenever Rahu does cheat, is cheating because of the fact it has been cheated. It has felt cheated, whether it's previous life or by the world in this life. Which means what? Rahu is the head, right? Which sign represents the head? Sign of Taurus. Who is Rahu's guru? Venus. So if you look, especially from Rahu, the sign of Taurus, it will show you how Rahu gets its head, gets its gains. How Rahu survives in this world, to see how far it has gone from the sign of Taurus. So the simplest thing, just from this analogy, the simplest remedy with Venus, because remember, Venus will give you things much quicker. I have seen this in my own life. Wash the feet of your spouse, your wife, massage their feet, touch their feet, maybe just every Friday. And you will see the blessings of Shukra come in your life. Okay, so that's all I wanted to discuss today. There's some other things that I want to discuss, but I'll do that next week. Okay, in case you are new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss these type of videos. You want to know everything about astrology, my books, reports, consultations, and my academy, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.